Okay, the fourth chakra is your heart chakra. Okay, and this is like really crazy right here. So broken heart, I mean, that's obvious. Very painful separation from someone. You feeling betrayed. You know, this is something that was really intense for you. A lot of heartbreak, grief, feeling rejected. Fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael, is love, compassion, trust, bridging between your body, your mind, your spirit, and your emotions. This is where you're open in receiving love and giving love, and this is where you feel love. Now, where you're pairing this up directly opposite the broken heart, it's like this is something that Spirit is telling that you have to work through. So whatever broke you in that heart department, whatever was so intense that you've actually shut your emotions down, it's time for you to clear that up. It's time for you to open that back up again. Now, when we have Raphael come into a reading as the Archangel, he represents healing your soul. Okay, so you guys really have to work really hard this month in your relationships or your relationship with self to clear that and open that up and get rid of the negative energy and heal your broken heart, guys. This is what I'm getting right off the bat. This is very intense energy. So we're going to pull a couple major arcana to help with the energy for the month of June. And we have the World, all about new beginnings, travel, completion, acknowledgement of the things that you've done. You know, this is very intense. Oh, and the Hangman, looking at things from a different perspective, sacrificing something, letting go of something, feeling restricted in one way and suspended where you're stuck in this energy. Some of you may have moved away from the heartbreak in the aspect with the World in regards to travel, either emotionally and or of the physical sense, like you just packed up and you moved like to a different state, city or whatever, because you just couldn't handle the intensity of this anymore. Let's pull some advice or challenges from the tarot, guys. I'm also getting for some of you that you're getting an offer. And the reason why I get this is because the World is now facing the broken heart. So if you read it from the fourth chakra where you're giving love to all these things and you're looking at things from a different perspective and you're going after something that may hurt you in the end. So make sure that you do all your research. Make sure that you are very intellectual about your decisions as well and not just emotional. Think of it from a different perspective. Really, really think and meditate if this is the path you want to take. So this could go a couple different ways depending on how it resonates with you. So if you're meeting someone online and you're going to visit them or you're going to pack up and just move without really getting to know them 110%, please do a little bit more research and make sure this person is who they say they are. Base chakra, root chakra, feeling very safe. Again, if this chakra is blocked, this is something that you need to work on. So, you know, are you trying to recreate your own foundation back again after the broken heart? You know, are you trying to rebuild what you're doing and starting from the base or the root chakra and getting that I am safe feeling? Because that's very, very important. If you don't feel safe and you don't feel that you're creating a foundation, this is where you really need to look at things from a different perspective and start fixing that if at all possible. Because you need to make sure that you physically feel safe, that you're stable and secure, and you have a solid foundation. Wow, you have the universe and the world. There is a huge change going on right now. You know, the universe is really an enormous change and cycle that is beginning for you. Wow, spiritual strength. You're going to really have to go deep inside yourself and make that base chakra very, very solid in the ultimate foundation, because as you're going to change for the month of June, you're going to be raising your vibration. He indicates to me raising the vibration here as well as the third eye, and that's listening to spirit. So you have the third eye chakra, which is the sixth chakra. You have the base chakra and the fourth chakra. You guys are just pulling out all kinds of intense energy right now, and you're really needing to connect to spirit. You know, if you are coming in with a broken heart, and that is where you need to kind of get yourself aligned and release that energy so that you can open up to the new beginnings and the beautiful karma that the universe is trying to pay you back for all the heartache that you've been through. Truth, speaking your truth. This can also be the throat chakra if you want to think of it that way. This is all about balance is in regards to justice as well. Speaking from your highest truth. When you get that spiritual connection, you know where you need to be, and you know how you're going to manipulate this and how you're going to heal yourself. Wow, check it out, Virgo. Passion ignited. Yes, all this beautiful passion. This is like your sacral chakra. And this is your energy and being very social and feeling the feels right now and feeling very intense on what you're doing. And it feels good. It feels free. It feels right. And this is exactly the energy that we want for the month as we move away from that broken heart feeling. You feel that you've been energized again. And you feel the joy, you feel the love, and you're all interested in doing something with someone. If you're making that connection again from a broken heart to someone new, and your world is opening up to this person, and you know you're feeling secure, and you feel like this is a new beginning. You know that you are listening in, speaking your highest truth, and you're getting very excited to spend time with this person. This can also be something that you're cultivating on your own, and it's not a person, but it's a thing or a place or whatever. This can be relationship reading about yourself too, and about the passion that you feel for something very intensely. This is very beautiful, Virgo. Okay, now we have the Four of Coins. And he is talking about control and stability and security and your possessions, but there's also being very generous in regards to this as well. He's not going to give away too much so that he doesn't have enough for himself, but when he has a little bit extra and people are in need, this is the person that will be able to kind of help other people, whether it's spiritually, financially, emotionally, or just with your clear thinking and where you've been. And the Four of Cups in reverse is talking about being aloof and kind of stepping back and looking back on your past, but not really being that interested in repeating it again. It's like you've learned what you've had to learn, and you really don't want to do that again. It's not something that you feel that you've passed that journey. Whatever lessons had to be learned, you've learned the lessons. You can look upon them as that, but you don't want to repeat those same situations. And here we have the Strength card, and this is also about your identity. So you're very much on the path of rebuilding yourself and your security and knowing who you are and nurturing your ego and finding your power and doing it in a strong but very protected way. Wow. Seven of Swords in reverse. This is perfect because this is you breaking free and thinking in the utmost highest regard of that energy instead of being overwhelmed. This is where you think clearly and you're able to see things for what they truly are. Queen of Swords in reverse. This is where sometimes emotion can kick in, and this is where you're breaking free of that, okay? Like I just said, you're breaking free of being overly emotional, and you're really working through that so that you're thinking clearly and not with your emotions. Because the Queen of Swords can be very, in the upright, she's very vocal about what's going on, and she's very clear. When we have it in the reverse, we're trying to tell ourselves to stay away from the emotions and to use more of our intellect and see things from a different perspective and think of things on the most logical level possible, not always with our heart, whether it was broken or whether it's running away from us and we need to kind of rein it back in and think about our decisions. However this resonates with you, either which way, we need to kind of put the emotions in perspective and use all of our senses. All right, sorry about that, but we had a runner and we had the Eight of Pentacles working very hard, being very in tune to honing our craft, being a perfectionist in a way that we're very proud of ourselves because we've come a long way. Eight of Swords in reverse talks about open to new perspective, releasing things that we were stressing about in having anxiety and depression, where we've worked very hard to release that. This is something that we've been doing for quite some time. Ace of Swords in reverse is sometimes a lack of clarity, which is what I believe you're coming out of. This is where you're coming to that complete balance between your emotions and your new goals. Coming out of the cold, guys, absolutely. Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is where you start the new beginning. This is where you feel that you're re-entering society in the world, and you're getting over that heartbreak, and you've made your choices, and you're really excited to start to come out, even though that there was an imbalance of your beliefs and there was a breakup in this relationship. You're coming away from that energy. Five of Swords is going to talk about conflict, but with this particular one, you know, with this card, I always see the butterfly, and I always see the butterfly manifesting those swords. So when I get this particular card in this deck, you know, there's conflict, there's defeat, but this is where you rise above it, and this is where you kind of come out of the ashes once it all comes to pass. Yes, absolutely. The Sun card, success, warmth, vitality, a new vigor for life, a new way to express yourself, being very strong and balanced. This is amazing, Virgo, absolutely amazing. You go from a broken heart down to the Sun card for the month of June. So this is something that you'll be able to release. You will find other people that will bring you up, that you are able to show your love to and be reciprocated in the way that you want it to be done, because you've done the work when you were working on your base chakra. Oops, sorry guys. Hangman wants us to remember that we have to look at things from a different perspective as we go through the month. I'm going to take that as message from Spirit. All right, so we're going to pull some oracle cards. And we have cycles. Yes, we already talked about the cycles because you have the universe as well as the world. So we have the cycles, the new beginnings, the endings, things that have to change so that we can raise to the next level, get on that next path. And we have denial. Well, we don't want to be in denial anymore. This is where we're working away from that. You know, we're working away from that energy. We have to make sure that we're very clear with our heart chakra and not be in a self-denial in what we have to overcome. We have to actually look at it straight on so that we can build on that base chakra and make that very firm. Message, absolutely. Listening to messages from Spirit. Listen to your inner guidance. Listen to people that have already been here, done this, and see how they have manifested and worked through this energy. Because, you know, once you become very successful in this and you've overcome this and you've let it go, you will have a story to tell. And of course, we all want to try to help each other through our stories in our lives so that we all know we're not alone in these journeys, because we do have similar heartbreaks. We do have similar obstacles that we have to overcome. Sobriety is a message from the angels, as well as yes. So sobriety reads, Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for adjusting my cravings in helpful directions so that I only desire life-affirming foods and beverages. This is purging the negative things that are in our lives. Eat right, sleep well, drink lots of water, stay away from chemicals that are not good for us. Give our body, our soul, our heart, and our mind the nutrients, whether it is with the correct eating and diet, or if it's just spiritual. And as you notice, he's also praying, he's also meditating. So we have to feed all parts of us so that we are whole and we have a very good foundation. Yes is the other angel message, and it says, Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me trust my feelings as the accurate barometer of truth. So you will be able to see the paths that are laid out in front of you, which one you're supposed to take, which healing direction is best for you. And know that you are divinely protected. And Archangel Raphael, he speaks of healing your soul. So at this time with the broken heart, let the angels come in. Let them help you on the guidance of healing so that you can release this, because you are able to rise above this and let it go. And it's very intense energy, and it does take a lot of work, but you'll be very successful and happy once you're past this. And I'm so very happy for you guys, because this is a beautiful reading about release and renewal. Virgo, thank you for letting me read for you today. Please give me a comment and let me know how you guys are doing. I'm really interested to touch base. I would love to have you guys back, so please like and subscribe. Take care.